Okay, y'all, I have a confession to make. Out of the 3+ years I've had my Sentro, I have never cleaned it, not even once. That is terrible. I'm not being a very responsible Sentro owner, but the truth is I'm just terrified to take it apart. Like, what if I don't put it back together correctly, or I break it, or I lose some of the screws, or just what if it doesn't work again after I try to put it back together? But I am gonna face my fears today because my Sentro has not been working super well lately. When I crank the handle, it's very rickety and slow, and it takes just a lot of effort to crank the handle. Like, I can tell that there's fiber getting in the way. And if I keep going at this rate, then, you know, my Sentro is probably gonna break on me. And I want to avoid that. So I'm facing my fears today. I'm gonna open up my Sentro and give it a good deep clean because it really needs it. I think I'm just gonna dive in because if I think about it too much, I'm gonna psych myself out and then I'm gonna get too scared to actually do this. So I have gathered everything I need. I have a little towel to clean everything with. I have my teeny little screwdriver that I think came with my Sentro, and then I have a couple of bowls to hold all of the little teeny tiny things that are gonna come out of here. All right, let's get started. So I'm gonna start with taking out all of these little screws on the inside here. Then flip it over and I'm gonna take out all of the screws in these little holes along the bottom. Nice. Okay, I am really embarrassed to show y'all the inside of my Sentro because it's disgusting, but maybe this will scare y'all into not being like me and into being more proactive about cleaning your Sentro. See all that stuff in here? Yeah, that's probably why I have been struggling to knit a bit on my Sentro. All right, I'm gonna do my best to clean all of this out super well. I'm gonna start with this thing I just took off, which is, yeah, really gross like the rest of my machine. I think it's mostly just dust and little pieces of yarn fiber, but it looks really gross. Next, I think we take off this part that has all of the ridges. Yep, that came off really easily. And wipe it all down. Okay, now we're gonna take this part off. There we go. Now comes this middle white part. Ooh. Oh, I'm so embarrassed to show y'all, but I'm gonna do it. It's gross. Oh God. Don't judge me too hard, y'all. I can't take it. So there's definitely some kind of grease or oil that's been put on here. That's partly why it looks so disgusting. So like, it's not all my fault, but you know, I need to wipe this down and clean it up, which is kind of getting rid of all of the grease that's on here. I am definitely gonna have to find some kind of grease to, you know, replenish the grease on here because I have to wipe it all off. I don't have any of that right now. So I think my plan is to just give this a really good deep clean. I am still gonna put it back together because I wanna show y'all how to put it back together. And then I'm gonna have to do some research and figure out what kind of grease I need. And then I'll take it apart and grease it a little bit. It'll be good practice for me to take this apart and put it back together again a couple times, so I'm not too mad about it. I also am curious to see how this will work without any grease. So I'm not gonna like make anything with this while it doesn't have any grease on it, but I'm curious to see how it will move, you know, if it will move, if it will be like even harder to crank the handle. So we're gonna do a little experimentation, but I will be getting some grease sometime. I need to figure out what kind I need and where to get it. All right, now it's time to take out all of the pins, and I am gonna have to clean each and every one of them. Next, we're gonna remove this little kind of white gray thing. I think I'm gonna need a second rag. This possibly had some oil on it too. I will be doing some research and I will get back to y'all. Now, this black thing, which is gonna take me forever to clean probably. Again, this absolutely has some grease on it. Look at that. That's the grease on here. You know what? I think I'm gonna go put my apron on too because I don't wanna ruin my nice clothes. Okay, I'm prepared. So now I just have the base here and all of these pins to do, and I'm gonna start with the base because cleaning all of these pins sounds really tedious. So I'm gonna leave that for last. All right, I'm basically done cleaning everything. I just have to do the pins, but I need to put this black thing back on here so that I have a place to put my clean pins, you know? All of my pins have been cleaned and they are back in this little black part here. I hope that I put them in the right order. The only one that really matters is the white one. I think I have it in the right spot, but we'll see, I guess. So now we can start putting this back together. So this little weird gray piece goes on the outside like this. Then we have this big white piece that goes inside here, and you'll see this little arch has to line up with the arch that's in here. And then we have all our teeth. And then we have the piece with the ridges, and this one has the numbers on it that correspond to the needles. So I have to find number 48 and put that over the white pin. Okay, just like that. And now the top. And now I can screw everything together. Okay, and flip it over and do all of these screws on the bottom. And it's done. So I kind of want to test this with some yarn to see if it feels any different than it did before now that it's all clean. And I also want to see if it feels any different now that it doesn't have any of the grease that it needs in it. So I'm going to set this up quick, grab some yarn, and we can make just a little test swatch. I just want to knit a couple rows just to see how it feels. I'm not going to do anything too intense right now, so just cast on a few stitches. Okay, I've only knit like 2 rows and it already feels a lot smoother. It feels a little tiny bit difficult when I go, which direction is it? Yeah, when I go this direction, it feels a little bit difficult, a little bit resistant, nothing too crazy, nothing like how it felt before. So I feel like, you know, I could probably attribute that to the fact that it doesn't have any grease in here now. So once I get some grease and I, you know, replenish all the grease on the machine, then I'll do another test and see how it feels. I'm sure it's gonna feel like brand new, because this already feels so much better. And here I wanted to show y'all a side-by-side comparison of how my Sentro was working before cleaning versus after. It's just night and day how much smoother and quieter it is after cleaning. Here, I'm gonna knit just a few more rows just to make sure. Yeah, that is pretty amazing. All right, we are all done. My Sentro is all clean. I feel so happy about it. I think I was fair to be afraid, but also I should have done this so long ago. It's kind of amazing how nice my Sentro feels in comparison to how it was feeling the last few months, you know? So I definitely should have done this sooner. I definitely will be doing this more often, especially now that I've done it once. Like, I feel like the fear is gone. It really wasn't that bad. It wasn't that hard. I am going to take it apart again very soon once I get some grease. I don't know what to get or where to find that, but I will do some research and I will get back to y'all on that. For now, I hope that y'all enjoyed coming along with me as I cleaned my Sentro. Sorry it was so disgusting. I am very embarrassed about that, but like I said earlier, I hopefully this will just scare y'all into taking better care of your Sentro, because it really wasn't that bad. I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, then remember to give it a like, and if you enjoy Sentro content, then consider subscribing. I want to give a special shout out to my channel members. As always, thank you so much for your support. Y'all are the absolute best. If you'd like to become a member and get access to special perks, then you can click the join button below or find the link in the description. I hope you'll have a great rest of your day, clean your Sentros, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.